Namaskaram to one and all. Today is the 6th October 2024. It happens to be the fourth day of the Navaratri, and we will be uh, sharing some details about the planet Mercury. First of all, we will start as usual with a prayer to Mercury, who is also known as Budh. प्रियङ्गकलिकाश्यामं रूपेण प्रतिमं बुधं सौम्यं सौम्यगुणोपेतं तं बुधं प्रणमाम्यहम्, which means present in the green color resembling the bud of Kadamba tree, O Lord Buddha, the gentle one, filled with divine attributes, I prostrate to you and seek your blessings. May we all be blessed by you. Now we will go into the details of the planet Mercury. Mercury has some other names also. Like all other planets, they have some more names. So also Mercury, it is known as Budh, Budhan in Tamil, and Buddha, as per Hindu mythology, was born to Chandra, the moon god, as we have seen in the topic when we were covering on the second day about moon. This was mentioned. He was born to the moon, and Tara, wife of Jupiter or Guru, her other name was Rohini. Therefore, Buddha is also known as Rohinaya or Somaya, another name for Chandra. Rohini comes from Tara's other name, whereas Soma comes from Chandra. Therefore, he is also known by his parents, biological parents' names also. So, what does Buddha mean? Buddha is intelligence, buddhi, brain, which also means the awakened or the enlightened one. He is an enlightened and an awakened planet. And his significance is, that is the part of us that applies logic, intelligence, and gives us the ability to understand and grasp matters, subjects, the learning as such. That is what is significance of Budh, the Mercury planet. He is also known as the Grahapati, or the Lord of the planets. This Puranic story I have already uh, repeated, but I'm once again repeating because this is a matter about Mercury that we are dealing with. Just to remind us that Buddha, Mercury, was born of an illegitimate union of Chandra Moon and Tara, who is the wife of Jupiter Guru, during his absence. Okay. Then we all know some Puranic stories say Tara was, kidnapped, abducted by Moon, and Jupiter and with other gods had to fight a war to get her back. But Brahma, Lord Brahma, tried to put some sense into Moon to release her from his custody. But by then she had conceived Buddha. She was pregnant with Buddha. When Jupiter Guru comes to know about this development, he is so upset and angry that he cursed the unborn child to be a neuter, which means neither a male nor a female. Nevertheless, Jupiter Guru, who is a very nice-hearted, benefic God who forgives, he took him under his care and imparted knowledge as a natural father, own father or teacher will do for his child. So he took him back, and that we have already covered, so let us not go into detail about it. Mercury or Buddha is not happy the way he was born. He considers his father, the moon, his enemy, even though moon does not consider him an enemy. He says, "You are my son. What enmity I will have with you? Therefore, I will never get affected because you are behaving like this. You do not like me. So what? I will continue to like you as my son." There ends the matter. Where we have seen moon governs the mind, Mercury governs the intellect that determines between good and bad, benefic and malefic ideas, right and wrong, because it requires intellect to differentiate, distinguish between what is good, what is bad, what is uh, beneficial, what is harmful. That kind of intelligence is required. Therefore, Mercury is has this signification. He hates Moon, his father, for doing this to him, for bringing him into this world like this. Not just Moon, his natural father, he also considers his adopted father, that is Jupiter, Guru, as his enemy. So he doesn't like the adopted father. He doesn't like the natural father also. So when you get into the subject of astrology, you will notice a lot of things because you have this Puranic background. If you have this, you're equipped with this knowledge. It's not just 9 planets and that's it. You calculate. You have to have some Puranic background knowledge to see a chart and what the planets are saying, where they are sitting, what they're trying to tell the astrologer. That is what astrology is all about. Now, let's get back. Mercury and Budh is also the prince among planets. Just like we saw, Sun is the king of planets, Moon the queen of planets, Mars is the army commander. Here, Mercury is the prince among planets. He is a youth, young boy, young entity. He is wise, he is knowledgeable, and he is very quick in his movements and grasp. If you just put across one idea to him, he will quickly absorb, quickly understand, quickly grasp. That shows the Mercury is strong in a person's chart. There are people who, in Urdu, they say, अक्लमंद को एक इशारा काफ़ी है. That kind of a thing. For an intelligent person, even the movement of a body, the eyes, they speak. He is that intelligent. Okay. Having said all these things about Buddha, Buddha has a habit of getting influenced by the company he keeps. If he is in good company, he is very good. He turns out to be a very good planet in the chart. If he is in the company of bad elements, then the child absorbs from the negativity which surrounds or in the surroundings that he grows in. He is quickly influenced by the surroundings, environment in which he grows. So, birds of the same feather flock together. That is the reason why, even as he is a young entity, as I said, he is prince, he is a young fellow, yeah, among the planets. We watch this kind of connectivity, we get connected when we see parents seeing a change in the behavior of their children who go to school. They soon find out that this child is being spending time in the company of so and so. They say, Bache, you should not be friends with this. I will not allow you. You become friends with X, Y, Z, but not A, B, C. Why? Because they can understand, they are mature enough to understand that A, B, C are having a kind of subtle bad influence on their child. So you see, this is where you are interpreting Mercury or Buddha in a birth chart, in a horoscope. This is how. Now, what are his other personality attributes? He is tall, he is handsome, beautiful, but a little effeminate, feminine in looks or his behavior. This is one hallmark of a Mercury person. That means a man can have feminine characteristics, and perhaps a woman may display a bit of a male characteristics. Both should be possible, but as far as I know, Mars lends masculine characteristics to a woman whose Mars is strong in her chart. Okay, these are the fine, subtle differences. Okay, Mercury Buddha is very learned. He is the Karaka, significator of intelligence. Other than intelligence and learning, he is a significator for finance, paisa, money, and education, which is learning. Then communication, the way we communicate, and writing books, authors, scholars, publishing. You just keep writing, you just keep communicating, but and that's of no use unless it is published in some way. Then, most important of all is, if the Mercury is strong, they become astrologers, or they are pulled towards astrology. They believe in astrology. They have a lot of faith in astrology. They respect astrologers. This is the uh, characteristic of Buddha. Okay. Now let's come quickly to his color. Mercury is equal to green, all shades of green, even light green to the pista green you see. That kind of a green to very dark shade of green, especially green with a blackish tinge, that green also. Okay, his gemstone is emerald green stone. Recently, on July 20th, you must have watched, all of us must have, with very great interest, we must have watched our Anant Ambani getting married. In that marriage, I noticed the entire Ambani family was wearing jewelry with this big emerald stones. Here, everywhere, green gemstone, emerald was there. Everybody almost. That person, one brooch here, green. That kind of green was very prominent in that marriage. even though the dresses were designer dresses, mostly of light pink and pale shades, but the jewelry was prominently green. I thought, oh my God, Buddha is very prominent for this family. I think I was the first thought that came to me. All right. Another thing is, Buddha is also the significator of currency notes, money. So you combine the two, money was flowing like a river in that wedding, uh, and green emeralds were visible everywhere. I mean, we were watching the family, Nita Ambani, Mukesh Ambani, Shloka, and of course the bride, the groom. Green was predominant. And Mercury is also the significator of money, currency notes. So, both money as well as emeralds were flowing like water during the mother of all marriages in this century. Anantambani will be remembered forever. Okay, so Buddha, now let's come to the organs, body parts. Buddha rules over the nervous system, our sense organs, brain and skin, touch. And since Buddha rules over intelligence and logic, when something affects our intelligence or logic, what is it? What is the result? When it goes wrong, it could lead to mental trouble, mental issues like nervous breakdown. And Buddha is also mm, known for that stammering, speech stammering, skin diseases, of course, neck trouble, epilepsy, which is connected to again nerves, and colic. And I've already mentioned that it rules over currency notes, money. Now, since Buddha's intelligence, those who have a strong Buddha in their chart, they're very fond of reading books. They have a dedicated space for bookshelves. You see one behind. Or visit the library where books of all kinds are available. Personally, I love reading, and that was ever since my childhood. Since I was 9 years old, I started reading books. Any book, and the school library would not have a book which may not have been read by me. Every day I'll take a book, night I'll spend reading the book, return it back. 1 or 2 days, that's it. So, and the appetite for reading was so much there. Other than school library, I would go to some lending library also near our house and borrow books. It can be any subject. On top of that, we used to get magazines at home. That is, it was a mobile lending library. The newspaper fellow would drop the paper as well as the latest magazines home. Those magazines, Star and Style, Is Weekly, Illustrated Weekly, Stardust, Femina, and Femina, and okay, and Reader's Digest. I used to really love Reader's Digest. That was my favorite magazine and still remains. The knowledge that you can gather from one single book, it contains about 31 articles selected from all over the world, and they present it in small book form. Every day we are supposed to read one article, but I used to read the entire 31 articles within one day. And I I had to share those time reading the magazines when my sisters were not reading it. So you see, when they were asleep, I'll wake up, I'll stay awake and read the book and finish it, and then that's it. Return it to the newspaper guy the next morning. That was my routine. Still, it continues. I do read a lot. Uh, Now, library, bookshelves, it now it has become such a habit for me that I can't sleep if I don't read something, some matter, for at least 2 hours each day. That is on top of reading the daily newspapers. With my morning coffee, I have to have the newspaper in hand, spend at least 45 minutes reading from the first page to the last page. I never miss any kind of news, current affairs, what's going on in the world now, right now. Everything I need to know. I don't know what I'm going to do with all that knowledge about what's, but still, it's become such a habit. Now, Buddha among relatives. Okay, let me mention these people also, whom I find that they also have this reading habit. Your personalities like Warren Buffett, stock market, the richest man in the world. Oprah Winfrey, she runs the show, popular show. I think it's stopped now. Bill Gates, Facebook's Mark, Elon Musk of Tesla, and many others. They are all voracious book readers. Now, coming back to Mercury, Budh, among relations, he signifies the elder siblings. Wherever the Mercury, it will show the elder sibling of that person. From there, you can make out. And Mercury as a planet, since he's young, he's a prince, he is very fond of entertainment. He has to have an audience to entertain or be entertained. So he is the significator of friends, fans, followers, admirers. Friends, currency, entertainment, all these things you can see. The youth love to enjoy their life during that period of their lives. Okay, so the Mercury element comes to the fore in those ages, and even late into life, some people are made that way. Even elderly people I see, they enjoy entertaining, they enjoy spending money, they have admirers, they have friends whom they value so much. They are mercurial by nature. One thing I should also mention, mercurial reminds me that Mercury can take decisions quickly and also reverse those decisions very quickly. That is a very he changes like quicksilver. Okay. On the artistic side, I recall reading somewhere in a text that he signifies sculptors, shilpi. Um, in the arts side, sculpting, sculpture, sculptors. These are the significations. I mean, Mercury strong. These are the what do you say, attributes. Okay, having covered a little bit of Mercury today, it's time I shall let you go on this note. with the promise of returning back tomorrow with a session on Jupiter or Guru, God willing. May we all be blessed by the divine grace. I wish you the best. Stay blessed. God bless us all.